Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's absolutely buzzing with excitement. We're going to uncover the secret language of one of nature's most incredible insects, the honeybee. Have you ever wondered how a tiny bee, seemingly all on its own, finds a patch of beautiful flowers miles away and then somehow tells its entire family exactly where to go? The answer is more amazing than you might think. They don't use texts, they don't have GPS, they use dance. That's right. Honeybees have one of the most sophisticated and fascinating communication systems in the entire animal kingdom. And it's all centered around a series of intricate dances. This isn't just a random wiggle. It's a precise symbolic language that conveys incredibly detailed information. It's like a living, breathing treasure map. The bee that found the food source becomes a scout, a dancer, and a news anchor all rolled into one, and the dance floor is the honeycomb inside the dark, bustling hive. So, what do these dances look like? Well, there are two main types of dancers that bee researchers or opiologists have identified. The first and simplest is called the round dance. Imagine a bee returning to the hive after finding a lovely patch of nectar-rich flowers really close by, say within about 50 to 100 meters. She'll get on the honeycomb and start moving in a small, tight circle, then suddenly reverse direction and circle the other way, again and again. This simple circular pattern is a signal that says, "Hey everyone, I found food, and it's super close." The other bees get excited. They touch the dancer with their antennae to get a taste and smell of the flower's nectar that she's carrying. This tells them what specific type of flower to look for. The round dance doesn't give a specific direction, but it doesn't need to. It basically tells the other bees, just go outside and look around. You'll find it nearby, and it smells like this. It's a very efficient way to mobilize the workforce for nearby resources. But what happens when the food is farther away? This is where things get truly mind-blowing. When a food source is more than about 100 meters away, the scout bee performs a much more complex dance known as the waggle dance. This is the one that has fascinated scientists for decades, and for good reason. It's a complete set of instructions. The waggle dance is a figure-8 pattern. The bee walks in a straight line, vibrating her abdomen rapidly from side to side. That's the waggle part. Then she circles back to the starting point and repeats the waggle run again, alternating the direction of the loop to complete the figure-8. Now, here's the genius of it. Every single part of this dance conveys a specific piece of information. First, let's talk about direction. How do you give directions inside a pitch-black beehive? You use the sun as a reference point. The angle of the waggle run on the vertical honeycomb corresponds to the angle of the food source in relation to the sun. If the bee waggles straight up the comb, it means fly directly towards the sun. If she waggles straight down, it means fly directly away from the sun. If she waggles at, say, a 30-degree angle to the right of the vertical line, it tells the other bees to fly 30 degrees to the right of the sun's current position. It's an incredible feat of solar navigation and communication. But wait, it gets even better. The bees can even account for the sun's movement across the sky. If a bee is dancing for a long time, she will slowly adjust the angle of her dance to match the sun's changing position. They have an internal clock that allows them to do this. So, even hours later, the directions are still accurate. Okay, so that's direction. What about distance? The waggle dance codes for that too. The length of the waggle run the straight part of the figure 8 is directly proportional to the distance of the food source. A very short waggle run, maybe just a second long, might mean the flowers are a few hundred meters away. A much longer waggle run, lasting several seconds, could indicate a food source that's several kilometers away. The other bees watching the dance can precisely calculate the distance they need to travel just by observing how long the waggle part of the dance lasts. And there's more. The intensity of the waggle, how fast the bee shakes her abdomen, and the sounds she produces during the dance can signal the quality of the food source. A more enthusiastic, vigorous dance means the nectar is high quality, sugary, and abundant. It's the bee equivalent of a 5-star review, getting everyone in the hive excited to go check it out. The bees that are observing the dance crowd around the dancer, touching her with their antennae to pick up the scent of the flowers, just like in the round dance. So now they have the direction, the distance, the quality, and the smell. They have a complete mission briefing. The discovery of this amazing language is a fantastic story in itself. It's all thanks to an Austrian scientist named Carl von Frisch. He spent decades of his life patiently and meticulously studying bees. In the 1940s, he set up feeding stations at different distances and directions from a glass-walled observation hive. He would mark the bees with tiny dots of paint to identify them. Then he would watch for hours, painstakingly recording their movements when they returned to the hive. It was through these brilliant experiments that he decoded the waggle dance. He was the one who figured out the connection between the dance angle and the sun, and the dance duration and the distance. His work was so groundbreaking that he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1973 for his discoveries. It was a revolutionary moment in our understanding of animal communication. This bee language isn't just for finding food. Bees also use dance to communicate about other important things. For example, they can use it to tell other bees where to find a good source of water or to find a new place to build a nest. When a colony gets too big and needs to swarm, scout bees will go out in search of a new home. When they find a potential spatter hollow tree, for example, they come back and perform a waggle dance to describe its location and quality. Then something incredible happens. She's a scout, a navigator, and a cartographer on a critical mission for her colony. And when she gets back home, she is going to perform a dance that is one of the most beautiful and complex forms of communication on the planet. It is a powerful reminder that the natural world is filled with wonders that are far more intricate and intelligent than we can often imagine. Bees are so vital to our ecosystems, and understanding their secret language just makes them all the more precious. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope you found the secret language of bees as fascinating as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the wonders of the natural world. See you in the next one.